Today I will break down the essentials of live production cameras. So what are the features you need to look out for even before you select a camera to either buy or rent for a live streaming production? I also talk about the choices of lenses to use to get amazing professional quality from every angle of your production. Then we'll talk about how you can match multiple cameras together. Apart from your lens selection being done intentionally, you need to also look out for cameras that you can match together, because every angle and every shot of your production needs to match. So you don't want to be using different cameras in your production. It's also important to know the interface you want to connect the cameras with, because the cameras need to send live feed without any lag or delay from where you are shooting to where the mixing and the switching is going to be done. So how do you know if you are going to use HDMI, wireless transmitters, or even SDIs? By the end of the video, you will know how to choose the right specs for your multi-camera setup for that live streaming production to get the most excellent quality. Now, why should you match your camera sensors? This is a golden rule that many beginners ignore, which is consistency of quality is more important than resolution. So if you are using different cameras, let's say you have a Sony, you have a Canon, and you have a Panasonic, your stream is going to look off and jarring because every brand processes its colors, contrast, and even skin tone differently. So when you switch from a wide shot to a close-up shot to your crowd shot, there is a shift in the color science. So this would distract your viewers from enjoying the production as they should. So don't be carried away with, oh, it's a 4K camera, it's a 6K camera, it's an 8K camera. No, what you should go for is a consistent brand amongst all your primary cameras. Consistency is much more important than resolution. There is nothing more annoying and amateur than when you cannot even match the white balance of your cameras. A great way to fix this is to gather all your cameras together. You can place them on the stage, make sure they are all looking at the same thing, the skin tone and everything is correct. So you want to match all your cameras, the color profile, you want to match the white balance, you want to match the tint, you want to match the contrast, the gamma, everything relating to the quality and the look of the camera. You want to make sure that they are matching, and it's easier to do when you are using the same model or the same brand of cameras. The reason why this is very important is because when you take all these videos straight through your video mixer for live streaming, it is literally impossible to color correct these cameras individually, but you can color correct them as a group, so that when we load up vMix or any production software you're going to use, you can apply a lot to all the cameras across board and they will look exactly the same. For live production, there are three critical things that must be present in the camera. First thing to look out for is the clean HDMI output. 90% of the time, you want to make sure your camera has at least a good HDMI out. A lot of the smaller cameras would have a micro HDMI, so you want to make sure to check before you rent the camera if it's going to be the regular size HDMI or the micro HDMI, because they are all different. And if you're going to be the micro HDMI, then you want to have a converter before you can even use that for your production. And then also check that the camera is outputting clean HDMI. Now, a lot of cameras allow you to set it up, whether it's going to come out as clean HDMI without any information display. So all those information like your camera setting, your exposure, focus box, you do not want to see them. Your battery level should not be visible in your live stream. That's the most unprofessional thing you can do in a production. So you want to set up all that and test all that before you get it. But if you are purchasing, I would recommend that you go for a camera with a regular size HDMI out, because those are more durable than the smaller ones. Now, from practical experience, I have a Sony ZV-E10 which has a micro HDMI and it has not failed me yet. So I'm not saying that they are not reliable. I'm just saying that over the years, maybe the smaller ones will get spoiled faster than the bigger ones. But from my experience, I've not had anything go wrong with either the micro HDMI or the regular HDMI. Just make sure you have the right converter to use. Now, if you're using one of those cameras where the borders are always visible. You want to make sure to set your camera not to have those borders, and that you are sending 16:9, at least a 1080p by 1920 resolution into your switcher. It's very common with Blackmagic cameras that if you do not set it properly, you will find borders in your shot. It's very jarring to have one camera angle without border and another one with border. So that is something you want to also check. Now, the second thing you want to check is to make sure the camera has continuous reliable power. Now, standard camera inbuilt battery will only last for about 30 to 45 minutes when recording videos. So for your full event live streaming, which is usually 4, 6, 8 hours, you need constant AC power. So in such cases, you want to have bigger battery packs that you can either connect as an external battery, or you want to make sure that your camera is plugged into light via the USB-C port if for the Sony cameras. For constant power, there is a little trick you can actually use for most cameras. It's called a dummy battery. So it's actually an empty battery pack that has a wire which you can connect to a power bank, and this will supply your camera. So you can actually connect this into a wall outlet with a charger head, and you will have constant power supply for your camera. So this will avoid the camera from running down, and this will save you a lot of stress in charging batteries and changing batteries. So if you look at this camera, for example, I can simply remove the small battery that is inside and then connect its dummy battery in place of the other battery, and most of the time the wire can just come out of it. That would be a reliable battery. This has saved me a lot of times when my battery runs out and I just look for a power bank or a power outlet nearby. So get dummy batteries. They are very affordable, they are not expensive, and they'll save you a lot of stress. So this will keep your camera on for hours and hours. The third thing to check out for is the weight of the camera. So if you plan to have the camera mounted on a motorized gimbal, then you must pay attention to the weight of the camera, because a very heavy camera body, especially when you pair it with a massive lens, this will strain the gimbal motors. So this will cause the gimbal to vibrate and shake, and it will not even balance properly. So lighter cameras are actually better for live production because it works better for gimbals. It's easier to carry. You are less exhausted when you are moving around with the camera. So it's important to check the weight of the camera. So these three things are essential. I highly recommend that in any production, it's either you mount your cameras on tripod stands or using a gimbal. As much as possible, you should avoid handheld cameras. Avoid holding your cameras with the hand because it's very unprofessional, very difficult to maintain, it's very difficult to stay steady. Use a gimbal or use a tripod. In subsequent videos, we'll dive into lenses and what specific lenses I recommend for your live production. So I recommend you get the right lens for your production, and we'll talk about that in another video. Subsequently, we'll also talk about specific camera models that are recommended for live production. So this, for example, is the Sony a7 IV. This is my latest camera and it is great for live production. Similarly, we'll also talk about switchers and video mixers. Kindly subscribe to this channel for more videos about professional media and live streaming production. If you have any specific question you want us to address in subsequent videos, just let us know in the comment section. My name is Osaritin Isaac Binosa and this is Blast Creative Studio, and I'm your professional media guide. Everything you need to know about church media, live streaming production, and lots more. Thank you very much for watching this video, and until next time, I'll see you again.